we work effectively in a world of illusion. And there is a world that's outside of it, and that's the true reality, the absolute world as it is. And that's bridges into the realm of physics, but actually far exceeds that. When one sets out to pursue truth, what you attempt to do is align yourself with the reality as it actually is. And that's far more rich than it may sound like, because initially, when I say that, most people will interpret that as being an intellectual solution. It's not an intellectual solution, not by itself. The whole concept of the intellect comes from the fracturing of the self. So in order to pursue divine truth, what you have to do is refine the organism so it's capable of perceiving truth in complete chunks, small chunks, but complete, and then see the universe as it actually is. And that leads to a life that's radically different than the life created by rules of thumb.
Okay, I mean, rules of thumb could be falsehoods.
Yeah, quite easily. But rules of thumb are also what most people use to get through the day. Rules of thumb have also changed over time. So we know that they are only approximations. They only work a percentile of the time. And I would say if you're doing really well, your rule of thumb is working 80% of the time. And if you're doing, I would say, this is just a rule of thumb. But for most everyday activities and tasks, you're probably shooting around 60% right. And if you really sit back and were to track, and this is actually a drill, if you were to track all your activities during the day and assess how close you were to it being, let's say, some measure of perfection, just well completed in all of its parts,
okay,
you will find that you shoot around 50-60%. And so that's what rules of thumb give you.
Well, that's a survivable.
Well, obviously it is, because most people survive with it.
Right.
There are some things where, of course, you want much higher percentage of success, and that usually deals with survival. And but for most other things, we've built, as a collective humanity, a societies that are more fault tolerant. So you can get by on rules of thumb.
Totally.
And essentially take things back or redo them because we screwed them up.